That would happen to you, Johnny. Hunt some deers.
So I give some money, I give my sandwich and everything. They can say, I only go to like this. I say, but it's another because he was under the bridge. I said, you can find another relief right here, but don't stay in the snow and then the winter like that. And it's like, what's that what you want? I give it to my family. I'm like, good for you, buddy.
Okay. Sergio has lots of stories, I think. Awesome. Yeah. Lost. Okay, so let's just start in seated. And I think we're going to start with a little bit of fire breath. It feels like a little bit of a fiery practice coming on. So we might as well just start it with fire. So have your hands on your legs and close your eyes. We're going to take a few breaths here. So just inhale through your nose. Out through your mouth. Do that again, filling up. As you fill your lungs, feel your sits bones down on your mat, filling, and then press it out. Feel the crown of your head lift to the sky. And one more time, big breath in. And out. Now, breathing in and out through your nose, we're going to do some fire breath, and this will be through the nose. So just follow along to the pace as you're ready. So big breath in. Through the nose, release it. Half breath in, begin. 3, 2, 1. Big breath in. All the way out. A little bit quicker now, in and out, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, your arms reach up, look up. Hands come to your heart, breathing out. 3 ohms to set the stage. Inhale. Beautiful. And then just taking your one of your shins, you can change your legs if they're crossed. If you're not cross-legged, then put your legs crossed. And then the shin that's in front, place your heart over top of that knee. And just extend your fingers off to that side. Yeah, and you want to get your feet right up from underneath of you so that they're more in front. Yeah, off your block. Good. Good job. Just a couple more breaths here like this. Just preparing the low back here. And then coming up and change, go to the other side. Every time you inhale, notice the length of your spine, and every time you exhale is for going in a little bit deeper. Maybe just one more breath here. And out. Good. And then coming up. All right, bring your legs out in front of you. Just bend your knees a little bit. Reach your hands up towards the sky. And stretch past your toes as far as you can reach with your knees a bit bent. Let your hands land. Take the breath in to pull your chest forward slightly up. And then from here, fold forward. Finding little lengthening moments here through the inhalation. Last exhale. And then take your hands behind your knees, bend your knees and lean back so that you can lift your feet up. And then just work to lift your feet, lower the feet, lift the feet. And the point here would be to use your arms to bring your thighs in pretty close to your belly. So to keep that engagement, you can just do this a couple times. Straightening out your spine. And lifting your gaze slightly to keep your chest lifted. And one more like that. And then let your knees bend and roll back and up. Okay, so as you roll back and forth, when you come up, see if you can just hover your feet off the ground and just finding the balancing point here on your sits bones. And then we'll do that just one more time. Just roll back and come up to balance here. And then from here, you can maybe release your hand grip, reaching your arms up if you want to. Red tail hawk, lift up, just over there. Red tail hawks, reach up, and then roll back, and back to boat. Roll back, and up to boat, and two more. Last one. Up to boat. Lift, lift, lift. And then cross up your legs and bring your hands in front of you and just hop yourself back to plank. Plank to downward dog. And then just pedal your knees back and forth, hips side to side. And then bring yourself forward into plank. And so we're going to do this a few times from plank to downward facing dog. And as you do the motion, I'll invite you to let your spine start to move like a wave. So rippling forward. So it's like rounding your back until you come into plank and then lifting your chest into downward dog. And encouraging a lot of activity in the front line, especially like of your belly. So every time you exhale, navel to spine. Just a couple more of these motions. And then a downward facing dog, lifting up your right leg. From here, lift your right hip and bend your right knee. And let your right knee bend so that you think about your right heel coming closer to the left hip. Take a breath in as you lift the knee. And then on the exhale, pull the knee across your left elbow. Okay, inhale, lift it up and over. And then exhale to your right elbow. Up and over to your left elbow. And up and over to your right elbow. Then to your nose, maybe. And then a step forward. Drop your back knee. All right, so with your back knee on the floor, take your right hand to the knee, left arm reaches up. Stretch up and over to the right. And think about your tailbone pulling yourself towards the right heel. Lift as you stretch long. Nice opening for the front line of the left hip. Take advantage of that here. And then as you exhale, plant the left hand, lift your back knee, and lift your right arm. So lower your hips a little bit, but keep your back knee lifted. Stretch up, reach, reach, reach. And then exhale, step forward, fold. Take an inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward, then reach to the sky, all the way up. Hands to your heart, Samasthiti. Arms up, breathing in. Clasp your hands, your feet can come together. Release your index fingers, thumbs crossed. And bring your arms back, hips forward, stretch up. And over to the right. Come back up to center and go up and over to the left. And then up to center and up and over to the right where you're going to stay. And as you pull on this left hand a little bit, ground into your left leg. Keep your chin lifted. And take your right hip right shoulder a bit forward. And right hip a little bit back. Soften the shoulders down. Lift up and out of the waist. And come down here all the way for 3, for 2, and 1. Come back up to center, reach up to the sky. And as you exhale, dive forward. Fold, fold, fold. Take an inhale, halfway lift, and step or hop your feet back to plank. And on your exhale, lower halfway to the ground. Take an inhale to lift your chest. You can always drop your knees if you need. And a downward facing dog. All right, left leg is going to lift. Bend your knee and open your hip. And then on the exhale, pull the knee across to your right elbow. Inhale, lift the leg to your left elbow. Lift, right elbow. And one more. Left elbow to your nose. And step. Drop your back knee. Left hand to knee, right arm up. And up and over to the left. Stretch through that whole left side. Level your shoulders. Take your right shoulder a bit back. Open your chest, look up. Keep some action on your back foot. Stretch long. And then lift the back heel as your right hand plants. Lift your left arm up. Look up. Stretch long. Take a full breath in. Look forward and step as you fold on the breath out. Rise up. Hands to your heart. Feet together, arms up. Clasp your fingers. Opposite grip. Take your arms back, hips forward. Stretch up tall and over to the left. So come all the way down into this. Stretching up and out of the waist. Reaching over to the left. Half moon. As your hips move to the right. Take your left shoulder a bit forward, left hip a little bit back. Legs engaged, especially the right leg. All right, stretch up and out of the waist. Come down to your edge. And breathe for 3, for 2, and 1. Come back up to center. Now from here, left leg is going to fly back, airplane. Okay, bend your right knee. And on the exhale, take your feet together, bending at both knees and lifting your arms up. And then switch to the other side as you exhale, and that's the flow. Right foot comes forward. Inhale and exhale to fly back. And keep just going with your breath. And the thing about these movements is it's all about the transition. Smooth and steady, and when your breath smooths out, it helps. One more time with the right leg back. And then step forward and bend both of your knees. Sitting down into a chair. Leaning back. Taking your arms up. Looking forward maybe. And exhale, bring your hands to the floor. Feet a little bit behind you, because we'll go right into the balance of crow. So knees to back of arms, and lift your toes. And then see how softly and gently you can step your foot back to plank and cycle through chaturanga. Lower halfway chaturanga, downward dog. Lift up your right leg up to the sky. Take a full breath. Knee to nose, big giant step, crescent lunge. Arms up. Fly airplane. Arms reach forward as you fill your lungs and step it back into warrior one. Reach up. And then left heel lifts as your hand plants. Reach your right arm up and move into side plank. Other side here. Good. Full side plank if you want to stack your feet. Stay here for 3. Breathe for 2. Now on the exhale, low plank. Upward facing. Downward facing dog. Lift your left leg up. Knee to nose. Step. Crescent lunge. Fly airplane. Arms reach forward in front of you. Big breath in. Step back, warrior one. Filling up. Plant the hand, right hand, and step back. Side plank. Whatever version you took on the other side. So on the exhalation, let both elbows bend, land in low plank. Upward dog, downward dog. Lift up the right leg. Crescent lunge. Arms up. Let your hips drop down. Take your arms out to the sides. Left arm under, cross twist high. Your arms together. Lift up your elbows. Wrists over elbows. On the inhale, lift your left knee up. Without crossing the leg. Like, is anybody jumping ahead of me? It's going to determine what I'm going to do next. Okay, left heel forward. See, because this is an all dudes class, I'm not going to make you cross your legs a whole bunch. So left heel, because I'm like, this would be uncomfortable if I was a dude. Okay, left heel forward. Keep your arms. Fly the leg back. Keep your arms. Now bend your right knee. And as you exhale, tap your toe to the ground. And then inhale, lift. Exhale, tap. Lift. Good, 2 more. Lift it up. Tap. Lift. Now, toppling tree, keep your arms. So meaning your fingers are going to come closer to the floor. As your head drops slightly, keep lifting up your left leg. Lift, lift, lift. And then slowly bring your left toes to the floor. Okay, drop your forearms so that they're parallel to the mat. Shoulder inside your right knee. Stay here and breathe. Okay, now take your hands, unravel them, bring them to the floor, and sweep your right leg off to the left, and then off to the right. Just do this a few times, kicking the leg out. Okay, next time that the leg comes over to the left, you're going to find the instep of your back foot. Keep the leg lifted. Leg up. And then as you look forward, put your foot on the ground and start to lower your hips. Right hip first. Turn yourself to the left. And then maybe eventually come down to your elbows. So what I would suggest is that your back toes tuck under, and it's like you steer the left hip a bit forward. Yeah. Okay, find the instep of the back foot, lift up the right foot, and then maybe hold onto your foot with your left hand. See if it's possible to bring that foot forward and arrive into crescent lunge. Your arms come up. Back to the beginning. Gather your hands to your heart, twist to the right. Turn to the right. So look to the right. Yeah. Twist, lift your back heel. And then everyone drop your left knee. Good job. As you come up, bring your right hand to your back heel. Or that leg. Good. Left arm up. Good, and then straighten out your front leg as you push the floor away, lifting your back knee, forehead to knee. And then we'll flow a little here, so inhale, lift your chest, look up. And then exhale, forehead to knee as you straighten the leg. Fold. One more inhale. Straighten out the front leg. And then to plant the left hand, find the outer edge of the right foot. Hold on to your right big toe. So your left hand just stays below your heart. You can step back for a full side plank. And then we're going to practice that lowering down on the exhale as your right hand, I'll be more clear. When your right hand touches the floor, it's a low plank. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Lift your left leg up. Lift, lift, lift. Knee to nose, big step. Crescent lunge. Crescent lunge. Let your arms open up to the side. Right arm under. Cross twist, tie your arms. Wrists over elbows. Level your hips. Okay, and then on the inhale, right knee lifts. And then kick the heel forward. Standing tall. Keep lifting the leg. Wrists over elbows. And stay for 3. Breathe for 2. And then on 1, fly the leg back. Keep your arms. Bend your left knee. Feel the back of the right heel. And then exhale, tap the right toes. Inhale, lift. And exhale, tap. Forearms parallel to the floor. And 2 more, lowering the toe and lifting it. Last time, lower, lift. Good, toppling tree. Turning yourself so fingertips come closer to the floor. Lifting the back of the right heel. Hold steady for 3. Breathe for 2. And as you slowly step the right foot back, bring your shoulder inside of the left knee. You can do it. As you lower the hip, balance here, steady and strong. Steady and strong. 3, 2, 1. Right hand to the floor, left hand to the floor. Left foot over the right and over the left. And just kick it out side to side. Next time your foot goes to the right, start to lower your hips, maybe first. Getting closer to the mat. Breathing. If you don't feel too much, the higher towards your shoulder you bring your foot, the more you're going to feel. You just want to keep your back toes tucked under. Yeah. You feel it in a lot of places? Okay. Come up onto your hands. You're going to press into the left hand in the instep of the back foot and then lift the left leg. Nice job. Maybe you want to hold on to your big toe and pull your foot more forward. Nice job, you guys. All right. And then, what is the next one? I'm not going to listen to that. There was something else Did we just go right over to the other side, side plank? Okay, side plank, other side. So right hand is down. And then you can, oh no, let's go back to that other side. I remember now, I remember. Okay, hold your foot and then put, would you, what did you say? Yeah, we'll get there. So left foot just forward and then crescent lunge. What did you say? What's ominous? The music? Did you say? Okay. Gather your hands to your heart. Twist to the left. Yeah. Twist. All right. Now right hand goes down. Yeah, and now you step back for side plank. And this is where, by the time your left hand hits the ground, you're in low plank. That's the idea, okay? So, upward. All right, right leg up. Right leg to the sky, big step forward, crescent lunge. Actually, no, because I'm going to drop, because I forgot to do this little section, so. Yeah, this little section, because it happened after the whole twist, but we didn't do it. Okay, so left hand. No, change it, change it. Left foot forward, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, there we go. Left hand behind, right arm up. Forward fold as you step forward over both legs. Separate your feet, hip distance apart. Measure that distance with your fists and lean back into your heels. Arms reach forward. Lean into your heels as your hands are stretched out in front of you. And then balancing on the left foot, lift your right heel. Take your right ankle above the knee. Press your hips back. Keep your hands there. Put your right foot on the ground and go over to the other side. Flex your left foot. Drop your hips. And then change. Go to the other side. Step back a little bit. Like a little bit. Right ankle above the knee. And then hinge forward. And reaching behind your left shin or ankle with your hands. Hold. Breathing through the nose. And then is it possible to have your hands on the floor? You might need to move yourself back a little bit. Bend your elbows. And see if your right knee can come to the back of your right elbow. And then hook your toe, if it's possible, to extend the left leg. See if you can lift your left leg up. Yeah. Put your left foot back on the ground and go back to holding the back of your shin or ankle. Then slowly rise, bending your left knee, stretching your hands out in front of you. Okay, and then as you inhale, reach your arms up and lift your right knee, dancer. Hold the inside of the right foot and start to kick your foot up and back. And then reach your left hand forward. And then fly that into airplane, so letting go of the foot gently. Turning to the right with your chest and your hips as you open into half moon. Breathe. Bend your left knee. Step back, warrior two. Good job. Inhale, reverse your warrior, reach up and back. And then as you exhale, take your right hand to the floor, side plank. Oops. Find the outer edge of the right foot. Lift your left knee. Take your left ankle to your right thigh. Hover the foot. And then arrive in high plank. Your legs are in tree. And you can drop your knee to the floor and lower yourself to the ground. And then you can lift into like a Sphinx variation. And lift your right foot or not. And then you can progress at the rate that you wish. So if you want to keep lifting your elbows, do that. Okay, so take your back toes under, hands under shoulders, and either cobra or up dog, and a downward dog, but keeping your legs. Now, if it's too much, you can always have your foot closer to the floor. Hands are going to walk back towards your right foot. And then you're going to bend your right knee. And then you're going to slowly rise up. And you're going to hold the left foot with your right hand. You're going to reach the left arm up. Drop your left knee down to the floor. And then hold the top of the foot and extend it out in front of you as your left hand goes back. And if holding your foot doesn't work, hold your knee. And then as you release your foot, keep the foot lifted and reach your arms up. Turn your foot at a 45-degree angle and start to pulse your foot up and down. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Step your left foot forward, warrior one. And then warrior two, one more time on this side. I made that side really complicated. All right, so bent knee triangle. Look to the side, open your palms. And windmill so the left hand goes down as your right arm reaches up. And look up. So bring your arm inside your knee as your right arm stretches up tall. Good job. Tuck your left hip under. Nice. Come out of this warrior two, and then heel toe the back foot in one time. And straighten out the front leg. So left toe's still pointing forward, but the front leg is straight. Hips move to the right as you reach forward. Still reaching towards this left foot, your front foot. As you reach forward, then tip. The left hand goes down, your right arm up. Good job. Good. And stay for 3. Breathe. 4, 2, And then look down. Right hand comes to your below your shoulder. Lift your back heel. Grab onto your left toes. Side plank. Your full expression. And then on the exhalation, both elbows drop. Upward. Dog, downward dog. Take a breath in. Bend your knees generously. Look forward. Hop. Walk or jump forward. Take an inhale, halfway lift. Fold, exhale. Rise up. Hands to your heart. Feet are hip distance apart. Bending both your knees. No. Left ankle now, above your knee. Drop your hips. Continue to go forward. As you come all the way forward, your hands can wrap around the back of your right leg. Couple breaths. Good job. And then if your hands can come to the floor, bending your elbows, and hooking your foot. And see if it's possible to lift your right leg up. Okay, and then with your foot back on the ground, your hands go to the back of the leg. And a very slow transition to come back up to stand. Lift your left knee up and hold the inside of your left foot, transitioning to dancer. As your right arm reaches forward, or even slightly up. Keep lifting your foot, kicking up and back. And then as you come up slightly, you gently release that airplane. Open your arms. And then lift your left hip up. Half moon. Bend your right knee and step back into warrior two. Right palm up. Inhale, reverse. And on the exhale, windmills to the left. Hand goes down, side plank. Side plank. Take your right ankle above your left knee. Good job. And just hover your foot. Stay for 3. Breathe for 2. And then as you come into plank, your toe, your knee can touch as you bend your elbows. And then you come down. Continuing to lift your chest higher, if that works for you. And just a couple more breaths here. And you're going to tuck your back toes under and hands under shoulders. High plank, downward dog. Walking your hands back to the left foot. Slowly. And just folding over your legs. And then as you come all the way up, your left hand can guide your foot closer to your hip as your right arm comes up towards the sky. So right arm high as you hold your foot in tree. And then you can change your hand to hold the top of your foot and extending your foot forward as you reach your right hand back. Hold your knee if straightening the leg doesn't work. And then as you turn yourself forward, let go of your foot and lift your foot up, arms up. Take your foot at a 45 and start to pulse the foot up and down. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift the leg and then step it forward into warrior 1. Arms up into warrior 2 pose. And then the bent knee triangle on this side, look to the side, hips forward, open the palms. And just windmill so the right hand goes down as your left arm reaches up. And then straighten out your back left leg. Look up. Your elbow is pressing inside your knee. You're reaching down just as much as you're reaching up, vice versa. All right, and then reach up and out of this and take your left foot heel and toe in once, then straighten out the front leg. Reach forward without hyperextending this knee. Keep it a tiny bit bent. Reach forward, forward, and then tip. So the right hand goes down and left arm up. Left shoulder back. Breathe. 2 more cycles of breath. Good, and then look down, plant the left hand, hold on to your right big toe, side plank this side. Lift into your full expression. The exhale lowers you down, upward, downward. Separate your feet wide and walk your hands back to your feet. Sit down into a squat. Your hips go from side to side. I think this was more of a vinyasa class. I can't really call it Hatha Flow, but okay, so different versions. So crow is where you're bringing your hips up high, and this one is, they call it like, I don't know, crane, but hands are shoulder distance apart. Try and keep your butt low, and then lift your toes. Yeah, look forward. Make sure you look forward. And the thing, next step would be, there was a point where I could, yeah, handstand. If you want to go into handstand, or just crow. So crane, crow, crane, crow. So crane, crow, crane, crow. You want to see if you can lift and lower your butt. Okay, so then come to the middle of your mat. Let's just put our knees down. We'll just stretch out the front line, the body. All right, separate your knees. You can come towards the top of your mat. This is like another fave stretch of mine. Let your hips be on your heels, and then just lean back and go back, back, back until your elbows touch. You can also just keep your hands on the floor. If your knees are starting to float, just stop along the way. If you can go all the way down. And so you can be here for a couple breaths with your knee on the floor, knees on the floor. And the next step would be that you place your hands underneath of your shoulders and you start to lift onto the top of your head. And then we'll come back up the same way you went down. And then just find child's pose for a couple of breaths. Downward facing dog. Just to straighten out your legs for a moment. Just kick out your legs. And then put your knees back on the floor. And we'll go into camel, where your hands go to your feet and you can just lift your hips up, dropping your head. You can always have your hands onto your low back. And then either a downward dog or a child's pose. Up to you. And then putting your knees back on the floor, coming onto your knees. And then as you press down onto your right foot, just keep pressing the right foot on the floor. Hands to your hips, lift your left leg. Okay, just start off with your foot on the floor in front of you and just feel out that stability. Actually, bring your foot in a little bit. Yeah, try that. All right. Left leg in front. Is it possible to hold on to your big toe? And then just take your left foot under your shoulder, your back foot is still in, and bring your hands over to the right. Think about dragging your left hip back as you do that. And then walk your hands to the back of your mat, plant the right hand, and turn your front toes so you get this nice long stretch down the side. And then drop your hips to the floor, keeping the right foot inside the leg. Reach up and over with the right fingers, holding the left foot. Good. And then looking forward, take your right foot onto the floor. So coming forward, and then we're going to take this left leg back and up to the sky. Take your right hand to hold your left foot as you look at the back edge of your mat. Keeping your left fingers in front of you. And then release the left foot far back, hands to the floor, 3-pointed dog pose as your right leg is up. All right, so look forward between your hands with your right leg up. You're going to take your left fingers back a little further until your hand can come up, and maybe hold on to your foot. Nice job. So it's your right leg lifted, Lucas? Yeah. And then release the foot and bring your knee forward. Pigeon, just because it probably feels good. You can do this on your back if you need to. Sit up tall. And then down onto your elbows and all the way to the ground as you're ready. It's so funny. When I had the yoga studio, there was this point in time where doing pigeon was like, ugh, like everybody thought it was so hard and it was a bad thing to do. And then I just make everybody stand on one leg for a really long time, and then they're like, oh, thank God. There's a total turning point. I'm enjoying this pose. Just take another big breath. And then exhale. As you place your hands under your shoulders, just a tabletop, extending the right leg back. Kick it out. And then the right knee goes down. Okay. How did I? Oh, just up onto your knees. So you're going to have some pressure on the left knee. So put something under your knee if you need to. And just start by lifting your foot. And it helps, I think, if you bring your foot in a little bit. And then just see if it's possible to hold on to your big toe. Kick it out. You're ready, you can put your foot forward. And then bring your back toes in. Turn yourself over to the left. Drag your right hip back. Good, and then one more breath. Walk your hands to the back of your mat. Left hand plants. Sweep your right arm long. And then as you lower your hip, foot side the leg, and left arm sweeps up and over. And then coming back to face forward, lifting up your left knee. And then just lifting the right leg up, standing split for a moment. Bending up your right knee. Left hand is going to reach for your foot. Look at the back edge of your mat. Keep breathing. And then release the foot way back on your mat, hands plant, three-pointed dog pose, left leg up. So with the left leg up, one of the key points to doing this effectively is looking forward. It helps. So look forward between your thumbs. Lift up the left leg, but bend the knee, right hand back. Right hand reaches for your foot. And then kick up and back. And then you can release that grip. Hands forward, left knee forward for pigeon. Sit up for a moment and then lower yourself down. Nice long exhales. Take just one more breath in. All the way out as you inhale, come up to sit. Bring your legs out to the side. Turn yourself over to the left. Then come up and turn yourself over to the right. One more time, go to the left and then over to the right. And then just arrange so that both of your feet come to the top of your mat. You can just lay back, hug your right knee in as you straighten out your left leg. Hug your right knee in close to your shoulder, and then maybe lift your foot up and hold the back of your knee. Then move your hand closer up the back of the leg. Possible to touch forehead to knee. Let your knee go back to being fully bent. And your left hand is just going to help to pull the knee across your body over to the left. Right arm out. And then just come back to center with your right ankle above your knee. Just a figure 4 here. Hands are going to reach behind your left leg or front of your left shin. Just one last little extension for the back of your hip, the back of the right hip. Rock side to side. And then keeping your left knee in, extend your right leg down. Hugging it in, and then walking your hands to the back of your left leg. Maybe your forehead to knee. And bending your knee and bringing the knee across your body over to the right. Twist, supine. As you bring your legs back to center, just keep your left ankle above the right knee. And your hands can reach through to hold the front of your shin or the back of your right leg. And just rock your hips from side to side. Extending the left leg down. And then extending your right leg down. If you feel like your body needs anything more before your Shavasana, you can do it. But otherwise, we'll just sink into some rest for a few minutes. So we'll inflate the lungs, take a big breath in, filling up, filling up. And then release out of your mouth. This next breath, you're going to fill up and you're going to hold the breath in. And you're going to hold it until you can't hold it any longer, and then you're going to release it out. And just fall into silent breath. The unraveling of all tension in your body. can start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Starting to move your body again, and you can just roll into your side. Coming up to sit when you're ready. When you're ready, sitting up with your hands at your heart. And we'll just close here. Namaste, everybody. Thanks for being here. Oh yeah, let's do it. Let's finish it that way. It's nice. All right, here, I'm going to shut this off because it's better. Okay, so inhale to start. Wow. That was really nice. So good. Thank you.